done. Okay, good evening, folks. I'm gonna call to order the meeting of the the Riverhead Industrial Development Agency, meeting for December 2019. And I call it to order at, time?
5:07.
5:07 PM. Excuse me. Let's see, we definitely have a quorum, so we can continue. And my first, request is for a motion to approve the proposed agenda. I'll make motions, thank you. Second? Second. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay. Meeting is, the proposed agenda is accepted. Then I need another motion to consider the minutes of the November 4th, 2019 meeting.
Make a motion.
First, thank you. Second. Any questions, deletions, additions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. Consideration of the minutes is approved. And then we're gonna talk about correspondence, New York State Senate Investigation and Government Committee. You gonna tell us about that?
Yeah, I put correspondence in your packet from the New York, Senator Scoopus. There was a request for information that went across the state for all IDAs. Our office received it in the spring, but it was addressed to the CDA office. So we appropriately sent it to the CDA office. We also called to make sure it was meant for the CDA office, and it was confirmed that it was. We received correspondence, I think, on November 14th, stating that they urgently were requesting the information they had requested back in May. Dick made a phone call to the office and again explained that there was some miscommunication, and they still wanted us, however, to respond. So all the questions and inquiries are included in your packet, as well as the one-sheet response. I did not include for you all the attachments. You'll see what the attachments were. It's all stuff you've seen. Parish reports, policies, etc. But it set me back. It was a lot of work.
Is this what they originally wanted?
Actually, this is the abbreviated version. Because they wanted it, they realized they made a mistake and needed our information quickly, they gave us an abbreviated version to send in. But it was
So
like 4 or 5 pages.
We're good now.
We're good,
So,
we're good.
in general, it's just a request of some of our policies, procedures.
They're doing something.
Okay,
And there
but
was a
that's what they
public
were
hearing
asking us
last week, yes.
for? Yeah.
They had a public hearing last Friday, but I didn't get to watch it on streaming. I tried to see it, but I couldn't get it, and then, I haven't looked up it yet. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before. And it was on IDAs and LDCs in New York State, and I don't know what the outcome was. But I'm suspect they wanted this information for that hearing.
Okay.
They'll be coming at us again.
The next item is the treasurer's report. So, Mr. Treasurer, how we doing?
Doing okay. The cash balance in People's United Bank checking account as of November 30th, 2019 was $32,662.61. Investments, the balances for the following accounts at November 30th, 2019 were as follows. $140,587.11 in the municipal money market account bearing interest with an annual rate of 1.75%. $30,000 on a 180-day February 21st, 2020 termination date municipal certificate of deposit bearing interest at an annual rate of 2%. And let's see, revenues on an accrual basis for the month of November 2019 include interest earnings of $147 and LDC collection agreement fees of $500. The expenses paid for the month of November 2019 totaled $31,626.54. So, because we only have $32,000 in our operating budget, the CFO has recommended that we take $25,000 from the money market and put that toward the operating budget at this time. So, if we can include that, when we pass the resolution for the treasurer's report, I'd like to do that. So I can get a motion to accept, approve?
You're doing that now, or you're gonna do it at the end of your report?
Oh,
Or you are?
no, I'm done.
Or you at the end of your?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, any questions besides that one? All right, let me have a motion to approve this.
And transfer the money.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Thank you.
And we add to this?
Yep.
The, approval for,
Transferring $25,000 from the money market, to the operating budget
okay,
account.
any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, it's finished. Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Excuse my voice,
welcome.
but, not working too well.
Everybody's froggy.
Yeah.
Very trying.
Maybe, okay. Committee reports, there are none, no audit, no governance, and no finance committee. So we'll move on to old business. Consideration of amending and adopting policies, resolution 4419.
So this resolution was held over for the last couple meetings as we were waiting for the town to, give their blessing to share services with regard to compliance officers for the sexual harassment policy.
Mhm.
And we have received that. I also sent you an email today. I just got it in writing this afternoon. And then I included the policies that were recommendations of the governance committee a while back. The only, thing I did change is on the
What's the page?
Town of Riverhead Industrial Development, sexual and other unlawful harassment.
Right.
The last page, the last paragraph, compliance officers. There's one, the last sentence is formal complaints may also be made to, and I suggested agency counsel. As like the third one down the totem pole.
So you're talking about page 10 in this?
Page 8,
The very last page of this.
Oh,
there's
Okay.
the policy, and then there's, I don't know what you call it. So that is with, if that's okay with you,
Ah, here we go.
found it? I did.
Is it page 8?
The first page 8.
wrong policy.
Is more than
Is
one
that
page
right?
eight?
Yeah, there's-
It's in the policy itself. You go to
The compliance last
sexual
paragraph.
harassment policy, it starts at page 1, it goes to page 8 in the policy.
So don't go any further than that.
This is the front
The
page.
page is marked draft. You'll see that they've got that sort of draft pad on there.
There's 3 packages, there's
There's
3.
3 different policies.
Oh, I get it.
That's it.
So you struck department head or other managers and put in agency counsel.
That's not it, it's the first,
Which
it's
is
the first
review.
8. Here, so I got it, I'll just give it to you.
Yes.
This should be good for you, you're the treasurer, it's numbers.
No, I can't read numbers.
Thank you.
Last paragraph,
God, I was
last
on that.
sentence. Everybody got it?
Yes.
So,
So-
if that's all right with you,
Mm-hmm. All right, so what does it require?
this resolution.
I'll make the
We're
motion.
holding it up for this, is there anything else in this resolution that was changed?
No,
All right, thank you.
So we
Motion
need to
made by
sign
Lori.
this, is that it?
no,
Oh, okay,
No, we're
good.
just
No,
adopting
we're
them.
adopting this policy as an
Beautiful.
agency policy.
Beautiful.
A motion to adopt this has
Thank-
been given to us by Lori. Need a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, resolution. Old business B, consideration of project increase in Calverton Addiction Treatment Center, resolution 5019.
So hopefully all of you, and unfortunately, sorry, it was today, we sent an amended resolution because there was additional language we wanted to put in, to the resolution. Did everybody get a chance to read it?
Not from the last amended version, today's amendment. yeah.
Then please take some time to.
Is that just the shadowed areas?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there was one, line that was, removed, and that was reference. What did we take out?
A reference to the adoption of the higher fee.
Oh, right. Oh, why we established the fee.
Correct. It didn't seem appropriate for this
Right.
resolution.
Where is that one?
Unfortunately, I didn't use strike through, I
Oh.
actually deleted it, but it said, for this reason, we had amended our policy to reflect the 1%, but the resolution read like, because of this project, we changed, and that wasn't accurate.
It had been adopted long before
Right.
this project.
Two years ago, we
So
adopted
it was
it.
just out of context.
Okay. Now, just, for my benefit, hopefully everybody else's, where are we now?
So you should have in your packet, if you didn't have from prior emails, the, original budget, the amended budget, and then their chart of non-IDA related expenses, and the most recent correspondence from the applicant's attorney with their explanation for each of the line items.
All right, the bottom line on the attorney letter and their position
Well, their position remains the same.
remains the same.
Correct.
That's where we're going.
But in reviewing, past practice and their correspondence, certainly, we're not gonna, I don't think the board intends to charge them on the application fee twice, no, so that should be struck. There should be some of these that there are some of, that we have not included in project costs in the past.
Let me stay with the ones that, have been there, the non-IDA related. You just mentioned fee, correct?
Correct.
So that's not gonna be done.
We don't charge on our fee.
But that's,
That's
the,
gonna be
this-
removed.
the lower IDA fee you're talking about.
Correct, lower
Yeah.
IDA, second from the
Yeah.
bottom.
Wait, what's the next one?
Accounting.
No, they
Start
do
it.
include accounting fees in.
Oh,
in
okay.
Operation consultant.
Okay.
I thought you were going through each one and whether they would stay, okay.
Well, let me do it this way.
I can do that.
Let me do it this way.
Okay.
Start with interest reserve. Is that gonna stay the same as far as we're concerned? Is that
As
what
far
you're
as we're
asking for?
concerned, we have, that's been included in project costs before.
Okay. Contingency,
Absolutely,
okay. Contingency.
correct.
And the fee you were mentioned.
Developer fees are also included in project costs.
Okay, where's the developer's fees?
It just says fee
It
on
just
his
says
budget.
fee on
from the
this
top.
chart.
Right.
You already did that, right?
Well, we're just working our way down,
So fee is in or out?
in,
In,
Okay.
Where is the 1891 then, Tracy? That's the builder fee. It's not an itemized fee, it's just a number that sits there by itself.
it's in that
189.
fee number, he's saying.
It's in the fee number. Oh, okay, I'm with you, all right.
We had asked him to break out, and
Okay.
he didn't give us much detail. He broke out that builder fee.
Okay.
Georgica Green.
Everyone.
No, but I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it's been historic, that these are charges that relate to the financing and to
Mhm.
the cost of construction. The builder doesn't build the building without a fee, that's what you pay.
All right, the next is marketing.
Yeah, and that seemed to be, really pre-construction marketing for a number of, firms and,
Is that a related expense that should be counted?
it should be non-IDA related.
I'm sorry?
For this purpose, it would be considered non-IDA related, not included.
All right. State.
Startup.
Startup, operate deficits.
That could also, be considered non-IDA related expense and removed from the project budget costs.
Okay. Insurance.
Always, we've included insurance.
Does that
Stays in.
stays?
And that goes back to that same problem, is we asked him to break it down. If he thought some of that insurance related to prospective insurance for the doctors, say, but as, without a breakdown, it would appear it's related to, insuring the work during construction and the worker,
And he says so in his letter. Commencement of the construction of the project as well as estimate of the expense until it opens for business.
Right.
And our general rule of thumb is, what does it take to get this project from the ground up? And that's what's inclusive in the project costs.
Right, tell me what insurance is. Is it in or out?
It's in.
In,
Right, now, in means
you'll
not-
include it in the project cost. You will include it in the
Okay.
project cost.
so far we've got
Two out, marketing,
insurance and marketing.
And startup, yeah.
No.
No.
Marketing and startup are the
What
only
does-
two
What does
that are
out do
out.
to this non-IDA related income?
I'm sorry?
What does it do to this number? The number on the
It
bottom of this is
reduces-
18 million and
Correct.
change. What's coming out, meaning it's gonna be removed from the 18
Well,
million?
that is for the board to decide.
That's what we're working on right now.
But I have line items that I believe are not consistent with previous project costs.
And the line items that Tracy is suggesting be removed from the non-IDA related expense total are consistent with what the governance committee discussed and, recommended to the full board.
Correct.
So what are they so for? I'm still confused.
Right,
So
right
I
now,
wanna make sure that I'm not confused or nobody else is confused.
so interest reserve, they will pay for. Contingency will be included. Fee will be included. Marketing will not be included.
Fee will be included?
Correct. The first three are included.
Marketing out? Okay.
Marketing will not be included.
Mhm.
Startup operating deficits will not be included.
All right.
Insurance will be included. And that's as far as we've gotten with the board.
All right, what's next? Real estate,
Taxes during construction.
is that still not, not included?
Well,
I can't recall anyone including real estate taxes in their budget, but if you feel otherwise.
that's a board decision.
What did we reduce there? What was the tax on that, what did we reduce the taxes on that property?
oh God, I don't have that with me.
No, the reason why I asked, because I know in other situations,
We're deferring this. There was no reduction from the land value. It's just us, we're pacing in the increase. So there was no exemption. We're just slowing in the pace of the increase as a result of the building.
after the build.
Right. I would recommend, since we had a discussion in governance committee, to exclude
Exclude.
real estate taxes. So that will not be included in the construction costs.
Well, if it hasn't been past practice anywhere else, I would exclude it
Mhm.
at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Operations consulting, not included. Accounting, included. and the IDA fee not included. So there are 5 line items from the non-IDA related expenses
As they,
as they have
as
determined.
they detail them.
Mhm.
Their proposed non-IDA.
Right.
There's 5 that we don't agree with,
Correct.
and they are, once again, now that they're all done.
Do we have the total of that number?
Marketing,
Marketing.
startup operating deficits,
Mhm.
operations consulting, the IDA fee.
Wait a minute.
Those are the ones that
Oh.
going.
Operating consulting down the bottom, toward the bottom?
Well, basically, those are the ones that we agree with them
In real
on.
estate.
What's that?
Those are the ones that we basically agree with them on,
Yes.
not to
Have
include.
we added,
Yes.
have we added
We-
any more, or it's the same as our
We,
agreement in the, governance committee?
it's the
Yes.
same as the governance
Oh.
committee discussed.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what's the bottom line when you change this?
We would be adding $13,728,662 to their construction costs,
So,
To their
to their
proposed,
75,
to
right,
their higher, their revised budget
Budget.
amount
correct.
of the 75.
yeah,
So
so,
it's
so what you
about
got now?
a $29 million adjustment then, basically. 16 from the original, plus the 13.
So the total project costs would be
Mhm.
$89,737,744.
So we ended up, from our point of view,
Is that
we'll, take it only as far as the 89
But she's,
change.
I think that's,
we
And,
changed
let
this
the-
one.
let the rest of it go as a fair argument.
I agree.
Let's be sure we've got.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry, what is that?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Tom? Could you repeat that?
Well, I just put it in these words. Initially, they said they were gonna use 94 million, 95 million.
Well,
Well, this is what we got initially.
94.
And
your
then it
initial-
changed, it changed in their application to 50-something.
59,
289?
correct. From 59, it will go to 89.
89.
I understand that.
Okay.
What was your question?
My question was, I thought it was closer to 85 million.
It was, I don't know, if I miscalculated the first time around.
Okay, because I haven't,
And I will recalculate that. I will add it again, just to make sure.
yeah, just wanna make sure that we've got, cause we're on the same page with the non-IDA related
Right.
expenses, but I haven't done them calculating myself.
Everybody else okay? As far as
Sounds
the,
okay to me.
Tony, oh, you're still working on it.
I'm good.
Rob,
Calculated.
taking out.
No, it makes, it's, you know, it's
These are ones
consistent
that are
with,
consistent, yeah.
we need to be consistent with all the projects that we do.
Yeah, with prior practice.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it's,
I think if we stay, those were the parameters we've had in the past.
Yes.
Mhm.
Just to stay with them, they shouldn't get any special treatment.
Right.
No.
what is our policy, just, I'm curious, when somebody comes in and the job cost is, in this case, 59, and they know it's going up, do we have anything, that we require from a client that they have to notify us?
So we try to, do it in several different ways. One way is when the resolutions are adopted,
To the 75.
we have them
Tracy, Tony's got
certify
the
that what's
numbers.
in the resolutions is
Tracy,
true and
if I could
correct
deal with
each
it.
time we adopt a resolution.
Right.
And when we actually sign the documents, we have them again certify that things are true and correct in the documents. And Tracy then monitors their use of the exemptions for sales tax, which shows material costs, and again monitors to be sure that costs have not increased.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's a process.
So the fact that this agency has to do the monitoring, right, and in the case of sales tax on materials, should be an immediate red flag, right? That they're going over budget. If they're.
That's one way, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm just, you know, that's one way. And I'm just wondering, is there something that we can't put into place that would require them to notify us when they're going over budget? And then, you know, as opposed to us having to monitor it, which kind of makes us responsible for what they're doing as opposed to them putting the responsibility in their lap. You know,
Okay, well, that's,
Anything in the documents that?
we can certainly work that in.
I would look to that because it just puts more work on our agency and then we become detectives as opposed to them, you know, complying to something that we request up front.
Makes sense
Okay.
to me.
So that final budget cost would be $89,237,744.
That's what I got.
Okay.
So now this resolution has to be amended to what
No,
we just discussed.
we just need to input the final number.
Right.
We left that blank.
Oh, that's the blank. okay.
Did you get a chance to read it?
So what happens from here now? I mean, we
Okay.
pass this resolution and then you,
We contact the applicant, it needs to be cross-endorsed.
That's another, they're gonna have to say that this is correct,
They need to certify.
yeah.
that these numbers are correct, and then they should return it to Tracy with the fee.
So, and is there, is there a time parameter? Because initially, they had asked for this for March 1st. So what I'm wondering is, you know, so that there's no stalling involved?
I requested that Dick add it to the bottom of the
Okay.
resolution. It gives them 30 days to remedy.
It's very generous.
I would've gone shorter, but he said 30.
No, I
Well, I
mean-
think
I
30
said 10 days.
30 is customary in business transactions.
All right, so where are we in, relationship to, resolution 50-19?
I'll make the motion.
A second.
In there, we're gonna have to say, subject to, aren't we?
No, we're gonna have to
It's
fill
not a
in the,
complete motion, or a complete, resolution. So how are we gonna do that, parliamentarily?
No, we're just putting in the amount, that's all.
Well, I think
and
the
it's
word,
complete.
the draft is being amended to
Yeah.
add the total, which is what you're asking, I think, to have it amended to state that amount that Tracy's calculated, subject to a ribbon verification of the numbers, but the methodology has all been agreed upon. And then the only other numeric calculation is the difference between the amount they paid the fee on and the new amount, and times 1%.
Right.
Does that satisfy everybody?
Love it.
It's an amendment.
Yeah.
But so, well, yes, it is an amendment.
It'll work.
oh, it's a fill in the blank.
And that's
Well,
our,
it's,
our
it's,
final thoughts on it.
I
So
guess.
go to the new number.
All right, so, I don't think we made this a motion, have we?
Yes.
You did.
Lori
I-
did.
You,
You seconded?
yes.
Okay.
Bob,
Second.
can I second that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All right, with the changes we're going to make, which we just discussed, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, so just repeat to us, this will be done?
Yes,
and that-
so
And that will be,
as of tomorrow, we'll notify the client,
Yes.
that this was adopted.
Yep.
If, Anthony, you're around tomorrow, oh no, they have to sign first, right?
they get 30 days.
And they'll
Well,
have
the
to-
resolution was adopted, so it's,
Right,
Anthony could, the
okay.
member, the secretary could sign the resolution.
And, they'll receive a copy of this via email.
Okay. Well, that was a lot of work necessarily done, and done well, from my point of view. The deliberations have been specific, and they follow what we have done regularly up to this day. Okay? resolution is approved.
Tracy, if you need me tomorrow to sign, just let me know when
Great.
and where. And my figures come out the same as yours.
Thank you,
89, 237, 744.
yes.
How about you, Bob?
I took Anthony's number,
Great answer.
except that
Thank you.
I
I get the
put
same
one
too.
number wrong.
All right, moving on. The new business. Resolution 51-19, consideration of post/poll published meeting notices.
So I highlighted, it's still the first Monday of every month, 5 PM. I added the March 23rd meeting because we always need to have that final meeting before things are due on Paris and the compliance reports need to be due. If it's not necessary, we can always cancel it. And then September 14th, now why did I highlight that one?
Labor Day.
Oh, that's why. So Labor Day is the weekend before.
So need a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Right. Resolution is approved. When you're ready for the, do you have anything to?
I
Before we
don't,
get to the executive session?
I left them, of course I did. There is a Vision Long Island Summit on Friday. It's $200. I'm still debating, I'm looking at the agenda, I'm debating whether I may go or not. Doesn't need a resolution, but that would be all day Friday. We have the awards.
What is the awards?
The Discover Long Island Awards, where the Long Island IDAs are being honored on December 10th, 5:30 to 8:30. I received a ticket from our friends again. And that's really it for now. We're working on the Opportunity Zone is Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
It is.
Oh, do you have an extra one?
Pick up on that.
Sure. Larry, if you wanna zoom in on my flyer.
You can zoom in that much.
I'll send you one to put up on Channel 22. Okay. It's Friday the 13th at 11:30 at the Long Island Aquarium and Exhibition Center. We have distinguished panelists from RXR and KPMG to discuss the Opportunity Zones program, the new regulations that came out and the applicability to businesses, now more so than property owners, as well as layering other incentives that are available, and possible changes in tax code. So it'll be very important for anyone with property in Riverhead or businesses in Riverhead. The designation blankets most of Riverhead, downtown and Calverton. Any questions, give me a call.
Oh, I have a meeting, that's why.
What?
I have another meeting at that
Oh.
time.
I'm not able to attend those either. I knew about them before.
Mhm. Oh, likely story. Okay, and that's it. Then we need to recess for exec, or can we adjourn and go into exec?
No, you always have to reconvene after
Okay.
executive session, but if you wanna recess the IDEA meeting and take care of your, LDC meeting, then you could go back to the IDA meeting and go into exec and then close.
Okay, follow?
Okay, let's
So we
do
can
it.
recess this meeting,
Yeah.
and we'll open the LDC meeting.
All right, I have a motion to recess this meeting, this board meeting.
I'll make the motion.
Second,
Got ran over.
all those in favor?
Five,
Aye.
one.
Okay, aye.
I'll make a motion.
Regular.
Second.
Whoop.
Well, wait a minute. What did you make a motion?
No.
No, I thought I needed to make a motion to open this meeting, but I
You
don't
do.
think.
The LDC
You
meeting.
need to call to order the LDC meeting.
Okay,
6:41.
But your turn, it's 5:41.
Man, that clock is broken. That's
All right. I'm now calling to order the Economic Job Development Corporation meeting of December 2nd. And I need a motion to adopt the proposed agenda.
I make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
I also need a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
Second?
Who was that?
Okay.
Mo's third.
Any discussion? Additions, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Correspondence?
So I included in your packet correspondence from the IRS, because we're getting audited, well, we're not getting audited, the, school bonds are getting audited. And it's a general, they do, random checks. We actually hand this over to the bond council, and they'll be responding to it with the school. We'll have to assist on a certain level, but I provided the correspondence in your packets for review.
Now, the
That
cost of that,
Is borne by the school.
Okay.
That's in the closing documents.
Question, good
that's
answer.
what I thought,
Good
yeah,
answer,
I
yeah.
wanted to make
Good
sure.
answer, yes.
All right, let me have a motion to,
Treasurers. We don't need to,
no, okay.
act on that.
Sorry, scratch that. And any discussion on this? We're done? Lieutenant, as you said.
If you have any questions after, always email me.
No question.
And our famous 1719 authorizes the transfer of monies.
I make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right. Approved authorization of the transfer of monies. Treasurer's report, please.
Okay, the balance in the LDC account at November 30th, 2019 was $253.08. Collection agreement fees in the amount of $500 were transferred to the IDA operating account on November 25th, 2019, and interest of .06 was earned on the bank account.
Big money.
And a motion to approve the treasurer's report?
Second? Bob, you approve, you made the motion, is that correct?
Yes.
Second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay. No committee reports? Old business?
You did the A in new business. Now you're on B.
Yeah, okay, B. Now I need a motion for the consideration of this public meetings.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, that's approved.
Do you need to,
Adjourn the meeting.
Well, then, ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll move.
Second?
Jim, you're the move.
On the second.
You the second?
who was first?
Tony.
Tony and Jim.
Okay, and that was at 5:45. Ooh, another record.
Well, now,
4-minute meeting.
so now, that meeting
now.
will be adjourned. We'll need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
We just
You
did.
did.
You just did.
You did?
Now you need to
Motion.
reopen, now you need to go into executive session of the IDA.
I need another motion.
I'll make that motion to go
Open the,
executive session.
thank you. Second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we're now in executive session.
Okay, just wait a second for Larry to get
Yeah.
things.
Hey there, Larry. Oop, it's on.
And I can just say
Okay.
something as a,
Thank you.